Hi, welcome back to another episode of If You Build It. Here with my boy Maal. What up, boy?
What up?
Hey, so tell us about, who you are and what it is that you do, my guy.
I am Maal. I am brand manager for Bouqé Rolling Papers. We are a hemp-based rolling paper based out of Washington, D.C.
Okay.
We have done a couple of amazing things recently, but
Yes.
I think being featured as one of the 7 black cannabis companies to know by Rolling Stone was probably one of the dopest things that we got.
Okay, so what makes a black cannabis company a black cannabis company?
I would say, man, being we from the tip to the top to the bottom and everywhere in between, like we sold up, like we very much so black, from our CEO all the way down to our package deliverers who are us too. So you know what I'm saying, but yeah, man. So you know what I'm saying, like we really keep it, we keep it funky. So it's a melanated group. I'll say that.
Yes. Yeah. And everyone's talented in their own way.
Hey man, so I joke and say, we are officially like the Avengers. Like dead ass. Like everybody got their own movies. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like on their own, they tough. But together, like
it's crazy.
Like we are a monster squad together. I mean, like some of the most talented people I've just been around from like O-Lot is dumb nice on the camera. Lex is so detail oriented, and as a person that's detail oriented, I think sometimes like she like really sees, like, you know what I'm saying, sees things, and like we listen to her a lot. Like when she does all our designs at the booth. So a lot of times when you see the table setups and different things, that's just her going crazy. And, you know what I'm saying, doing what she does.
And her knowledge of things is amazing too.
Yeah. Like just and she's a people person.
True. She's
really, you know what I'm saying, like that's her thing. So it's funny because Lex remembers everyone.
Yeah.
Me and Corey remember some people. So it's always funny because she'd be like, "Oh, that's such and such from IG," and we'd be like, "Alright, cool." Like, say less. I believe you. Like I believe you, and like she'll know who they are, how many followers they got, and everything, and I'll be like, this person is, but I'm gonna follow him after the day though. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate that from him. But you know what I'm saying? Vic get dumb on the visuals. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He nice with the pens. I mean, Corey come with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Corey is just like a voice of reason a lot of times, of just thinking, like, you know what I'm saying, let's think of stuff. He has a very smooth approach. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's like, that just works for the group with everyone. I'm always, I don't know, I think they always give me the most static with it, but I think I always look at stuff different, or I check stuff, like if you don't meet the vibe check with me, then shit be off, so I'd be like, nah, I don't know about this person. Like,
this ain't it.
That shit ain't that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the Pisces in me or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, we've been here before. several times, and I'll be like, I don't know, man. And normally out of that, like I normally can pick stuff right up, like, you know what I'm saying, like about folks are like, nah, this is such and such, or something going, you know what I mean, some off shit. So, but it all works together and it blends, and we are a, you know what I'm saying, we're a nasty mob.
So what's the relevance or the importance of someone who's the brand manager versus someone who does visuals?
I think, so one, we all wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
Right? So like, one thing that I will say is we are honestly, we are gears. We are interchangeable gears in a machine at any point in time. Like I do a lot of I do the majority of our clothes. So like. You know what I'm saying?
Dope jackets that
like,
to have access to.
Hey man, I don't think we should have brought that up because people will now be like, it's on record. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see me. Like I'm not afraid. Like I really fight. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm okay. Like I'm okay. I don't care. If I got anything to do with it, we gonna get another jacket. Y'all might not just get the Bouqé jacket. Those are so classic. It's just the first. That was the first. That was the first ever. First ever
for the group. Period. Nah,
like I had a little joint that I made, a little bomber joint that it was like, but like for the, you know what I'm saying, that was the first.
For the visuals. So we already talked about this. For
sure.
You know, so we don't got to do.
Oh, but no, what I was saying was we're all interchangeable parts, and sometimes I can do visuals, or somebody else can just doing the brand or figuring out stuff like that. But I think my biggest thing is always trying to keep the brand moving forward, whether if that's partnerships or just, you know, what is the next biggest thing? Like, what is the next thing that we're trying to do? Like, always trying to stay ahead of something, always trying to make sure that we look the best. That's why I think the clothing comes in you know, a lot of stuff with the brand, whether it's making sure that the papers are A1 all the time that you get a pack, it's the little stuff for real. You know what I'm saying? I think that we just all do so much that it's hard to say, oh, like I did something today that like will definitely catapult, you know what I'm saying? Like a nice little group. And with that being done, like partnerships are always, I think, a part of the brand as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like you always have to say, like what's going to be the next, who's the next partnership that I want to deal with, or who's the next person that I want to deal with. So you know, so it's I think I just do a lot, but I just try to always make sure that the brand is moving forward and always staying relevant.
What qualities do you look for, or does the company look for in a partnership?
I think you have to be authentic, because we're very authentic people. Honestly, what you see is what you get from us. Like the goofiness that you see a lot of times is the goofiness that you want to, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we in a meeting and we end up, I know sometimes people sit on these Zooms with us and they be like, hey, yo, for real. Okay, like, because we have a good time, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have a good time. You've sat on drinks with us.
Yeah,
like,
it was great.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But, like, we're going to have a good time. So I think that being authentic, what really, like, how deep are you and really immersed in the culture? You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times that people come into this business and they have done nothing. Like they don't go any place. They don't know anybody. They don't, you know, and they just trying to you know what I'm saying, hitch their wagon to the next star. And it's kind of hard because it's like, all right, we know what we bring. So are you matching that? Are you like, what's up? So I think that's just some of the things. Again, it's always meeting that vibe check. We're face-to-face kind of people. Like we don't mind meeting you, and we will meet you or walk down on you at a place if you there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, what's up? Like, rap with us and stuff. So I think that's what it is too. And we're genuine, and like we're really we're down to earth people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you realize, like, we not coming from a place of, you know what I'm saying, ill will or anything of that nature. Like, we really just trying to move the culture forward. And that's, you know, I think that's one of the biggest things. Is like, you know, a lot of times we battle between, do we want to be a black brand, or do we want to be a dope brand just ran by dope black people? Either way that happens though. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
the work's gonna get done.
The work's got to get done regardless, and it's going to get done. So whichever way it's seen is just the way it's seen. So I think sometimes that's what we end up in. It's like, we okay with whatever you call it, like, you know, but we know that the work is going to get done, because we still going to do this shit in the community. We still we still gonna do stuff like that because we are community based. Like we're for the people, by the people. That's one of the big things that we, you know what I'm saying, our mottos, and it's like because we are the people. So you know what I mean. Like why not support the community that you're based from and based in? So,
as a cannabis brand, how important is it to bring Black into those spaces?
Man, listen, I just told somebody my job is to bring the unapologetic Negro into every space I possibly are in. And I don't even think that like, and you know, people, I think people already have a stigma in their mind of like what that is or like what anything is. And it's funny because like I'm just do me, and you know, I think from me doing me, I exude my Blackness. And I don't necessarily, I'm not gonna hide it. I can't. And that's another thing that's really funny about us. We're big people, right? We're tall as shit. So like when we go places, the first thing everybody says is like, I didn't know you guys. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the time. And it's so funny. Like people like when we was in Vegas, like we had this event and like it's minorities and cannabis event, and it's like everybody's just like, damn, like I didn't know you guys were really that tall. So like
everyone's heads just
like we clear rooms, like, you know what I'm saying, like no, we have won a basketball tournament like
together collectively.
Yeah,
everyone's built athletic too.
We are all
everyone's built athletic.
Everybody played something. And plays. Yeah. Like we still, you know what I'm saying? I'm slowing down. I'm coming down on my, you know, my twilight years of necessarily hooping.
Yeah, but
I still drop though.
I seen them.
Yeah, I still drop.
Hey, just know.
It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. I just won't. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to do that every day.
Yeah, but what you're dropping down to is what people would like to get out of.
You true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But then you got to think about it, right? Like, so here's my thing about just that, and you know, sidebar or whatever. But you got to be okay with whatever size you're at, right? And whether that be, you know what I'm saying? Because I was talking to a friend, and he was like, dog, I remember when you was jacked up, and I was like, dog, but my mobility was trash, like, and I couldn't, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I was like, I get you with one punch and I'm throwing you through a wall, but it's like, nah, I ain't not gonna do this for long, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I would rather, you know what I mean, like, I would rather my functionality right now, so I'm doing more yoga, and that's the biggest thing right now. So
class yoga,
yoga
Crystal.
No,
she does an amazing job. That's why I just shout her out. Yeah, we have the same birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me, Crystal, and China, who does the sound bowls, we all have the same birthday. Just found that out like 5 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's a lot of fishes in one day.
So yeah, her birthday was the other
Sundays,
day.
Yeah. I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that sure was. So, but I mean, I had her drink before. Then we did the elevated yoga.
Yeah.
And then I might just randomly. I'm the notorious random class dropper inner. Like I'll just pop up. That's random.
Everyone loves that person though.
Yeah, and I always bring a little sunshine to it. Like you know me, like we gonna do this yoga, but we gonna crack a joke too. It's gonna be some fun yoga.
Yeah. Now you got to. Yeah. I mean, yoga brings on flatulence, so you might as well bring the jokes in.
Slim.
Yeah.
I've been into a gassy class. I would say that was funny as all outdoors.
I tell folks before they do yoga, you should clear yourself for 2 days. Like whatever you got to do to clear it, 2 days. Like trust me, just top of the key, you'll be good.
This is true. Sometimes people don't go in like that.
Yeah, nah, they bring the day with them.
Yeah, they bring the day with them. People gotta get it out. Listen, you get your stretches however y'all feel. Don't feel judged. Like I'm not judging. Yeah. Definitely not judging. Yeah, just saying. Yeah. That's a part of yoga, like, you know what I'm saying? Breathing and releasing, and if that's a part of it, then that's
I think another thing that's amazing is when you're stuffed up at night, if you do yoga, there's like certain poses that like really compress your midsection, and that will clean up like your congestion.
Also pressure points.
Yeah, that too.
There's a lot of pressure points in the face that like you can be like, and be like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So that's a yoga and that I like for night recently I've been doing a sound like that, the sound bath sounds in like a frequency change. So I do that like kind of before I go to sleep, and that's been alright. Like, you know what I'm saying? The last couple of days I've changed. I got horrible allergies. So, as you see. Yeah. I have changed my medicine. I went from one medicine that I will not mention, and it is what I feel as though that meth, maybe not, because meth, people be doing some wild shit on meth. So whatever really knocks you the fuck down, like that's what that is. Because it's like I fell asleep and didn't even realize, and it's like you know what I'm saying. It's like one of them drinks where like you fall asleep and then the lights drop, and you be like wake up and you be like, oh man, like damn, that didn't happen, did it? That's damn, funny. Yeah. And that happened to me yesterday, and then the hour kind of threw me off.
That hour that we lost.
I would have rather kept it back. People are going to be upset when you're at the bus stop at 8 o'clock and it's pitch black, and people are like, hey, save the daylight. Like, this is a part. Like, this is a part of it. So get ready. So you know what I mean? But I think people got to figure that out.
No, that's real. That's real. So you guys have done a plethora of traveling. To me, it's a plethora of traveling. In the industry that you guys are not only a part of, but you're pioneering on this side when it comes to DC. What's the relevance of traveling?
You got to meet the people. That's what we're really like. Like I said, we're really big on meeting folks, being in the community, talking to the people, getting our face in places where, you know what I'm saying, people just need to see us. Like, folks needed to see us in Massachusetts.
Oh,
like,
so they needed to.
Yeah, they needed to see us. Like, they needed to have some of that bouquet sprinkled, you know what I'm saying, into the place. So, like, those places are really important. Like, it's really important to go there. It's really important to go to MJ BizCon and look at people in their face, see people, you know what I'm saying, talk to people. A lot of times, like, the meetings were, I had some of my best meetings at I don't know what the name of the bar is in Aria.
Some of the best.
Some of the best. It's not in this necessarily. You're not gonna have a booth and a gazillion people walking by and stuff. There's a gazillion people in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those little those meetings, those other social events. That's where a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, things was happening. And that's dope for us to be in that space. And it's dope to have representation, you know what I'm saying, in those spaces. And it's dope to have representation that ain't necessarily shucking and jiving in those spaces. Like, you know what I mean?
Have you
like,
into that in this business? It's a yes or no question. You don't gotta give examples, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, like,
it's still business for you.
Yeah, but it depends on how you know what I'm saying? I think for a lot of people try to really save face, and sometimes saving face ain't saving race. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, so. Yeah. You could coin that too, you know what I'm saying? Like, saving face ain't saving race. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really, that happens sometimes. We've seen that. I think you see that more than that. And like you get it, but you like, dang, like you ain't gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta go out like that. You know what I mean? You like, you ain't gotta go out like that. Like, trust me, y'all. Like you ain't gotta go out like that. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying?
Do you sometimes look at like, well, not the way people are raised, but like the folks they keep around them, and that kind of gives you.
I mean, you only as strong as your circle. You know what I mean? Like, and for for us, we all are friends. Like, you know what I mean? We started as a group of friends, and it was the friendship came before the business,
which is important.
You know what I mean? Like, 3 of us are frat brothers.
Never do that.
You know what I mean? Like, so I gotta deal with you regardless. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so we could definitely do this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest thing is just, that's where we were from. Like, we were forged a friendship. So it's like, we just are friends that want to see our friends succeed, and we just happen to all be in the same boat. So it's like, shit, why I ain't gonna paddle? Cause I want to see, you know what I'm saying, my man do good, and I want to see my homegirl do good. Like, and they want to see me do good. So why don't we all do good? Like, because like we can, like, you know what I mean. So like, why not put this ship in, like you said, the right direction and just sail these waters? And that's literally what it's been. So, you know.
When it comes to traveling outside of the state of DC, what are the concerns, like the checklist concerns that you guys usually have when it comes to like the products? Because what you sell are the natural papers, which are the bouquets. But most people, when they hear a company that's a cannabis company, it's like, oh, where the weed at? You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. It's always funny because people are like, all right, I know what y'all got for inside them papers. And this is like nothing. I hate to inform you. But it's like, no, it's like no groove. So that's why I really like in a way, we don't have to worry about so much licensing and the hands on the plant. Like, I tell people, listen, you can buy a pack of these papers today.
You put that in the camera right here. Yeah. Some focus on
you can buy that pack of papers today, take that pack of papers home, and make cranes with them.
Did you design this?
The booklet?
Not right there in your hand.
Nah.
Okay. Just, you be in your design bag, so anything to shout you out, I'm going to just like put it out there, like the shirt you're wearing.
The shirt definitely is me.
Yeah.
The shirt is me.
Yeah. Could we talk about Practice Safe Sesh?
So this is birthed out of the pandemic. We were again friends, and you saying like, you know, you wanted to tell people like, how could you smoke in a social setting? And we'd be like, yo, what if everybody got their own glass tip or got a tip?
Yeah, like what they use for the hookahs.
Right.
Yeah.
So we like, you know, we milled it around, and I did my moral magic.
What you do.
You know what I'm saying? And we like, yo, glass tips. Came out with a red glass tips, a shorter tip, a tip that you can put inside, a tip that you can put the J inside, or even a fatty. If it's a bigger, you know, joint or whatever, it might be a blunt or so.
Yeah.
But we did that, and I was sitting around with the team one day on our crazy brainstorm, and I was like, yo, Practice Safe Sesh. And everybody was like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's it, yo. I'm like, that's it? Like, for real? Like, I don't never think anything is good, so that's my problem, for real. I'm like, I guess so. But I really saw the power of this shirt when we were in Vegas. Me and Lex wore this shirt the day, and everybody was like, Practice Safe Sesh, oh my God, I love that shirt. Like, oh my God, I love that shirt. And I was just like, oh, y'all serious? Like, for real? Like, this is it. So I see now that the shirt has its own calling or drawing.
It's on its own legs.
Very much so. The whole thing has. So it's been, just from the tips that we were just trying to think of a slogan. You know what I mean? And just think to go with the tips, and that's how it came. So it's been probably success. Like,
what was that relationship with the company for the tips like? Like, was this a company you've done business with before, or was this like a new business?
No, this was newer business. So I think even for us, it's always just trying to find the best quality for stuff.
Tell me about that.
It's a lot of trial and error for stuff. It's getting samples that you wait for, a month for or however long for, and you get something and you like, why did y'all send me this? So like the audacity of somebody sending me this or something. So a lot of that is, trying to find, so they're quartz tips. So it was trying to find something that was going to be the right size. So really, I'm gonna be honest with you. I did great in math and stuff, right? Like I was alright. But I've never really measured the diameter of the base of joints or tips or things of that nature.
So this was a whole new world.
This was a whole new thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it millimeters? Or it's like, what is like? It's like, oh my gosh.
All these questions.
Whole new thing. So it was learning that, having to get back versed into, minute measurements for things, because now everything is in detail, and now you're trying to figure out the exact circumference of the product that you sell to something like this, and to make sure that it can work and that. So, a lot of that was trial and error within itself. But doing that work, it only made the product better. Because then we're like, oh, well, this isn't, I don't like this because this stains, or it doesn't necessarily hold to our quality that, our standard quality that we want. So a lot of that is, like I said, it was trial and error, but it's just trying to find that product that, because it's out there. Whatever, like that one, my godbrother said one thing, he said, man, and somebody told him, if it's out there, if somebody is selling it, they want you to buy it. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like if it's out there, like you're gonna find it, and if you can produce it, somebody wants it. Like, and these tips be flying, and I'm sitting there like, I really want these tips too. Like again, but if you build it, they will come. Like you know what I mean? Like, but it's just making sure that it's the right thing and it's a good quality. Like, and that's the biggest thing that we try to do as well, is make sure that you feel the luxury when you get the product. You like, oh, this ain't normal paper or whatever. This is a quality paper.
I keep that in my camera bag. That's how relevant that is to me. So like,
it's smart, man.
Got to, because I always see what you guys have done as quality. And when I'm setting up to do an interview, when I'm like, all right, what are we going to create next? Since content creation is the majority of what I do, I'm like, remember, today you're giving quality. Even if it's a bad conversation, make it the best quality bad conversation you've ever had.
Possibly do.
And that's okay.
I feel like that's the dope way to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing that, you'll be successful. Like, I mean, as long as you're producing good quality stuff, and it be stuff that I think that sometimes you were like, oh, is this quality? And you never think that it's good. But that's, like I said, that's the Pisces in us, though, dog. Like, you like, is this good enough? Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah. Like, it definitely is.
Find a mountain, scream it from the top, and then go next.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So, these color schemes you guys come up with, tell me about the colors. Like, what inspires the hues that you have brought to and for the brand as a group?
I think visually, we want everything to look luxurious. So like when you see the paper, the gold pops on it. So like we really wanted to make sure that gold foil pop, but also it's raised. It's an embossed logo, so you can feel
it with your hands,
right? Yeah. And that really, you know what I'm saying, that makes you feel the quality of it. Like you're like, oh man, this is really, it took some time. You can feel the bees, the embossing of the bees itself. So, I mean, you know that this isn't, you know what I'm saying? The pack alone lets you know that it's just not, this ain't your regular paper. So you're going to get something, you're going to get an experience. That's what we really want. You get 40 of these things, right? So 40 times, every time.
You experience this 40 times.
We want you to experience something.
Yeah.
We want you to experience something that you realize is great. And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's what the paper is. Because it's a great product. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I mean, of course, but, you know, it is. The paper speaks for itself.
It does. It does.
You know what I mean? It's because it makes whatever you're using the spotlight, and that's, I think, a lot of times where the focus is lost. Like, you know, they're just doing it for whatever it is, and like, no. At the end of the day, the focus is that flower. So, you know.
Okay, and that's just the papers.
And that's just the papers.
Yeah, so we're not talking about the shirts yet.
No.
The jackets.
No.
Unmade bombers. You know, unmade bombers, you know, just little, the tips.
I already got the color scheme for the unmade bomber, though.
I'm not going to ask any questions.
I already got the color scheme for it. I got something real dope, I think, for it. Yeah.
And what inspires?
I think floral.
So tell me about the importance and the value of
First
flowers.
of all, it's really the bouquet, right? What would you put your finest flowers in? A bouquet.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So
bouquet is all about presentation.
It's all about presentation. It's all about looking the best. It's all about being the best. It's the standout. It's the focus. It's the damn. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's what I want anytime you see anything with the brand on it. I want you to be like, damn, that's tough. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get compliments all the time about the jacket, and I'll be like, thank you. I really appreciate it. Because that, when you look at the back, it's the front, you're like, oh man, that's tough. The y'all logo is really nice. The organic paper is on there, and it's like, all right, like this is dope. And then you see the back, and you're like, oh. Then you see the sleeves, and you're like, ew. This got disrespectful. And then the bad thing about it is like we're gonna add more stuff to our jackets. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna we got little trophies and other things that we got.
So you have more ideas.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is just the foundation. It's not the whole. That's what I'm saying. It was really hard to say I want to make a jacket for the people because these jackets are really not finished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So we're watching the work in progress.
Exactly. It's an evolution.
What's the value of creating a good foundation for a work in progress? Because technically that's also what Bouqé is.
It's everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because at the heart of stuff, so say at the heart of the papers, you say it's dope people behind it, right? So a lot of people really just fuck with the brand because of us.
Yeah, period.
We can be selling sand.
Just like, hey man, let me get a cup of that. Yeah.
But when the new sand dropping, like, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate, we love those folks that genuinely love us, right? But then it's, at the end, it goes back to just doing quality stuff. Like, you know, at the heart of the whole core is the quality of the product that we're bringing.
Yeah. The
quality of the people, the quality of the, you know what I'm saying, of the experience, the quality of something. Like, so it's you always just want to make sure that it's just good shit. Whatever it is, just make it good. You know what I mean? Make it something that somebody could be like, man, I appreciate, like, we love when people walk up to us and tell us these stories. People think that, like, we'd be like, all right, tell us, sit down. What's up? Talk to us, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And they, oh man, that's how we do it. And I'm like, that's dope.
What's the one story that you felt you couldn't help but smile because of how amazing that story was with your brand from somebody else?
Randomly, my man Dave Tart, right? Dave probably gonna watch this. Dave is one of the marketing managers for Curaleaf.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
That we partner with. We met Dave at a Curaleaf years ago, maybe like 3 years or 4 years ago. So he was not at Curaleaf at that time. We met him at NCF.
What's NCF?
National Cannabis Fest.
Gotcha.
So we met him at National Cannabis Fest years before he was working at Curaleaf. And he was like, yo, talking to you at NCF and you gave me a pack of papers, you got me to rolling again.
You brought it back.
And like, he like, man, I sing the praises of Bouqé near and far, and he honestly does. And I was like, what? You for real?
Yeah.
And to see where he is now, and you know what I'm saying, the work that he's doing now, it's just like, yo, that's dope, yo. Like, I like going back to it, or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like, just some of the, I think that's probably one of them. That's one of them that I would definitely say I appreciated the most, of just, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know those little interactions that you have with people, right? And I always remember people's face. I tell people now, like, I'll kill your name.
Yeah, no matter what the face. Yeah. I
never forget somebody's face. Like, I got a video that I posted, and that I think it's on the page. It's deep down. But I was doing a talk at Marion, Maine, and this lady was like, oh, you gave me some. And I was like, you was at the grand opening. And she was like, yeah, I sure was. And I was like, I remember you. And she was like, yeah, that was it. And it was that, you know what I'm saying? She was like, I don't believe you remember. And I was like, I don't forget. I said, I don't remember your name, but I remember your face, like straight up. And it was just those genuine interactions that we had with people, and that's what brings it back to, you know, why people mess with the brand, because you know we the dope cousins that, you know what I'm saying, just happen to have a rolling paper company. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and that fuels the work that you guys do. So like that itself probably fuels the creativity also as to like what you would like to give the people.
Yeah, for sure, because I think a lot of times we want to, so one of the biggest things is like when we do any kind of creation of something, we want to create something that people will be either dope to be proud of, proud to wear, proud to use.
Is that your process of creation?
I think so. For maybe whatever it is, and that are all not synonymous with the same thing, of course. But you know, 2 out of 3, 9 times is the catalyst, I would say, for it. It's like, you know, you got to have something that somebody is proud of, and you definitely want something somebody to use or something to wear. Yeah. So I think sometimes it's me. I'm the late night person of creativity, and you know, I do a lot of things in the wee hours of the morning of creative stuff. So you know what I'm saying? Like that's when I do a lot of the designs, and then I got to talk to these people overseas too, and that's a lot of times that like.
Tell me about the overseas crowd.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. is 2 a.m.
for them
in India and like China type stuff. So it's like, you know, you gotta. Yeah, I'll set my alarm for something, but then I don't sleep half the time. No way. Like that's the other running joke, because they text me at any time and they'd be like, they'd be like, "How do you text back so quick?" It's like,
that's funny. That's real.
4 a.m, dog. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm up making something. That's me though.
Yeah, no, that's funny. Cause one of my boys, he's actually in China. He teaches at a couple of universities in China. So he always hits me up like around 11:30, 12:30. That's when we'll like FaceTime and rap. But like we both black and we both speak in English. For you, there's probably a language barrier
somewhere
for a little bit in terms of just accents.
Accents, and then there's things that like you that they say, and it's like, all right, I gotta look at it like. I don't know, because it was funny because of like translation, right? Like something like I don't know if it's the translation tool that people are sometimes that they might use, or like just like translator, and it comes out like nice weekends, and you like nice weekends, like I guess so. Like so, it's like I appreciate it. Like so, then you like then it's like I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that. Is it supposed to be like, yes, weekends are nice, or like nice weekends to you as well? Like so, it's like So that's how I normally respond. I just normally give them like nice weekends also. I don't know. So we try to have those little. It's the funniness. I always try to make a fun situation out of this, like like y'all gonna figure out what I'm saying.
Because the work got to get done.
The work got to get done. The work got to get done. So I just laugh at it sometimes, and grin and bear it and keep it moving.
So what's value in putting the work first? Where do you find the value in that?
The work is so important because like you have so much self-doubt at times, and the work strengthens your abilities to get past stuff, man. So like I think a lot of times that work is really what builds the character of things. Because if a lot of things, if it came to us easy, like we did our first National Cannabis Fest, we didn't have no product. We did not have papers. The papers did not come yet.
You gotta tell me this story. Actually, I've heard this story. You gotta tell the story on camera.
Yeah, so the first National Cannabis Fest we had.
What year was this?
2017. Yeah, 2017. We had Garden District, which we had like hemp-based proteins, but we knew the paper was coming, and the paper was coming, but we just didn't have the paper yet. So we were just selling ourselves and just good vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want some hemp-based protein? Like, welcome to the Garden District. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what's up. Like, like it's coming, and I'm telling y'all, like, when it comes, it's gonna be smacking. So we ended up just getting a lot of people just on like, y'all are cool. Like, y'all are cool people. And
they related to you before the product.
Before the product even dropped. So I think that's what, like I said, that's one thing that always brings us back is like, people were messing with us before we was
That's special.
But we did the Cannabis Festival. Didn't have nothing. The next year came and kicked ass. Like, did our thug thism. Like, that was it. And then we had the district residence day, like the DC day.
Yeah.
And they had the photo shoot down at like Eckington, down Union Market. I had a box of papers. I was like, everybody that I know smoke, getting a pack of these junk.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting it. Everybody had. And everybody that I knew left down that motherfucker with a bag of papers. And I was like, follow us. This is the page on Instagram and stuff. I remember I took a picture of the papers and I sent them to like people that I knew. I was like, hey, yo, be on the lookout for this. And like everybody was like, what the fuck is this? And I ain't say nothing else. I just was like, be on the lookout for this drink. Like, I bet. And the next thing you know, we started getting them in. we flooded the street, and you know what I'm saying, we was everywhere, and we made sure that people knew we was coming and we was doing it, and we was gonna show up with some shirts on, and when it wasn't nothing but the classic black t-shirt, white Bouqé logo. You know what I mean? Like, those shirts were hard too, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, that's where we was at all the time, and we really just was like, all right. So then everywhere I went, like, I was gonna have it back, and I was gonna be there, and I was gonna rep, and I was gonna see it, and it was like, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, but that's what it was. Like, that was just the funniest thing, because the first drink we had we had no product, we had no Bouqé. Like, I mean, like, Bouqé was there, but we didn't have no Bouqé.
But it's like, can you handle a conversation without the product?
Right. That's a lot though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how can you sell someone on something? Like, how can you sell someone on something that you don't have? And it's like, you know, like yo, just follow us, because I'm telling you guys, like, it was almost like, trust us, like, you know what I mean, like, and it was like we was able to gain trust, and I think the majority of that trust came from people, you know, just meeting people on their levels, talking to folks, building that rapport with folks, and just like being like, all right, man, like, we gonna see what y'all got, and you know what I'm saying, like, we know that y'all ain't gonna do no dumb shit, and we not. And then we dropped it, and it was like, hey, they wasn't doing no dumb shit. Like, so that's all right. Like, you know what I mean? So that's where it was at.
Yo, the next interview you and I do, we're going to do it in the garage full of sneakers.
Yeah, it's getting, I'm working on a wall now. So I'm working on how I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to put these lights. Because I got to do it, but I got to make sure that they can, it's more controlled. I need a more temperature control. Because I know how to get too cold, and I don't want to get too cold.
There's so much quality in this conversation.
So I'm just saying, man, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I want to keep my kids together, man. I don't want them all. I want to just, you know, I want to. I'm working on it though. We definitely are. We've said that before.
Yeah, no, that's why I like brought it back. Like right in this moment, I was like, you know what? I remember the garage.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I've probably added, since that conversation, I've easily added 15 pairs of shoes.
I mean, and you're someone who's busy. Very. So,
easily.
Tell me about the importance of a budget.
I mean, you got to really know what you're working with, man, on every aspect of it. Because listen, you don't want to go over it. We're doing something really dope for NCF.
2022.
2022. Yes.
That's when this is all coming out.
Yeah. So we are doing something really, really, really dope.
I need to make sure I'm free that day.
And
pull up.
And we just got asked to do something even doper with it that I did not expect, but that was not necessarily in the budget. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's still gonna happen, of course. We're going to figure it out. Yeah. But it wasn't necessarily originally in the budget. So sometimes those things happen. That's life, right? Yeah. So it's just, you know, knowing what you got, knowing how to shape it. But it's also knowing where we do so much in-house, and we don't have to really have to do things out.
Give me an example.
Our whole design, everything is in-house. Whether that is, like I said, whether that is apparel, we have apparel, printing, photo, videography, animation.
Yo, Picasso.
I like it. Literally everything that you know what I'm saying. And we got a song dropping. We just did the video.
It's coming.
Done.
Finally. It's finally happening.
We got a song. We dropped. We honestly might drop a mixtape.
Okay.
The mixtape might move, but the song, we have a single and it has a video.
I just named your mixtape in my head. That's crazy.
The wild shit is everybody is there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
How does that feel?
It's amazing.
How does that feel?
And I just gave y'all the title and y'all don't even know if that's the wild shit.
How does it feel being able to create without limits?
They put it's not even creating without limits that I think is more important. I think what's more important is having people around you that let you do you. Yeah. And will listen to you, right? Mm-hmm. Like they listen. I'll be in a madhouse with my shit, right? And I know they know that I be in a madhouse. Mm-hmm. And sometimes listening to me is like, I don't believe that this is going to necessarily work, but I'll be like, dog, trust me. I get really real dark on Back to the Future. Like, you like, hey, bro, I'm not going to get into this car, 85 miles an hour and get nowhere. And they be like, nah, bro, I'm telling you, though, just hear me out. And then shit work. And they like, all right. But it's more so just being able for them to be like, yeah, I appreciate it. Like, to listen. Like, it'd be like, all right, well, tell me what you think. It'd be like, really? Mm-hmm. Let me tell you. It'd be good shit instead of, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you'd be like, man, tell me what you think. You'd be like, well, you know.
You just like,
why did I do that? Like, yeah, should have kept that shit to myself. So it's always good. It's always good energies and good vibes. And it's like, you know, even when we be mad, it'd be like, let me listen to what it is, because it might be some shit that I'm not hearing or understanding, or you know what I'm saying. I feel like the communication is so important in a team. In a team setting, you know what I mean? Like, because you have to be able to voice your opinions, and you have to, you know, be I want to be able to listen. I have to be able to be heard as well. Like, so, you know, so it's all important shit.
Okay. Bouqé, you guys have a Hulk, because you said everyone's like the Avengers within the squad. What's the importance of making sure the personalities fit?
It's wild, because I think it's like we're all strong individuals, mm-hmm. right? Mm-hmm. But it's almost like it's almost like it's like brothers and sister kind of thing, like, right? Like, you just accept people for who they are in a way, but it's like, you taking for the, you know what you're getting. Like, it's like I know Lex gonna be goofy, right? Like, Lex goofy, so me and Lex, and it'd be funny because me and Lex are normally roommates if we go on trips and shit, because we both have like crazy sanitary condition, like living standards.
That needs to be here.
Yeah.
She told me about that. That was actually funny. That was a dope convo.
Like,
yeah, because when she found out you and I were Pisces, that the whole thing was just like, she's like, it all makes sense.
Yeah. Like, it's very mm-hmm. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I have a travel standard. Like, mm-hmm. and I don't just, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not just staying in the hole in the wall. You know? I'd be like, hey guys, we can use these Hilton points. Like,
because you guys have to travel.
We gotta travel, like, you know what I'm saying? So we pulled that move not too long ago when we was in Boston. Like, we had a place and we went to that place, mm-hmm. and said place was not quite up to par.
Oh, so it wasn't given what the pictures were showing.
It wasn't given what the anything was. When you get out the car and it is a syringe next to a Maserati,
yeah,
it gives me pimp crack vibes. A syringe. Didn't necessarily have the needle though, so I appreciate whoever was, you know what I'm saying, using it, that they wasn't, just reckless, because there was no needle, but the syringe, yeah, like literally, I stepped out, it was like off-white Jordan syringe. Like, what? I'm not doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to figure this shit out. Like, we had to figure this out ASAP. Like, we are not doing this, bro. Not at all. So, yeah, like, it had to happen. And it, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of them kind of grooves. Because it was just like, nah, we not even about to.
Was there ever a solution found?
Oh, yeah, we went to a Hyatt.
For the win.
Yeah, one of the joints that I use, like a Hyatt place. That's like really, breakfast in the mornings, and you know, it's a lounge bar area.
You could find everything you need right there.
You didn't have to worry about getting athlete's foot in the shower or anything of that nature.
Did you have just in case slippers?
We had everything that was necessarily
okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it was it was one of those because we was just like, yeah, we not going. I'm like, hey, look, don't worry about it. Like, we can go someplace else. Like, so I was like, at first we was trying to. I was like, because Lex, she was like, man, I'm not really feeling this drink. And I was like, man, nah, we can tough it out, right? And in my mind, I was like, man, I don't know. I ain't living like this no more, y'all. So I shouldn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I should not do this. So, yeah. But we ended up going someplace which was whole better. We had tea in the mornings and, you know what I'm saying, was able to sit and eat oatmeals and find some foods.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Wasn't getting that at the days end. No. I wrote the most scathing review of that place.
We're seething behind the phone.
I was like, man, I tapped in, bro.
Let's start at the syringe, okay?
I really did. It was like, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the parking lot, my guys. It was like, oh my gosh, because it was. So I didn't know they were built they were under Wyndham, and it was like, God damn it, what are we doing?
Wyndham usually pulls it off correctly, so that says a lot. Yeah.
Better do something. Now, maybe I feel like you just bought in this bottom tier, but this ain't gonna work.
What's this again?
This was in Boston. I mean, Massachusetts.
Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. My mom does business up there. She we do gospel concerts, Caribbean gospel concerts. She runs that whole circuit.
Caribbean gospel concerts, bro. We will have to talk after this because I need to be in right now.
I'm background when it comes to
Caribbean gospel.
Yeah, like artists from Jamaica, England, everything else, Jamaican, a couple other countries.
Gospel though.
Yeah, in terms of islands and stuff.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I gotta tap in. I feel like this is an area where have not been.
That's literally what I was raised on.
I'm prepared.
Yeah. So when they see me doing this, they're like, that's not the same juice, is it? Like, nah, that's it. Yes,
I grew up in a church joint too, so I feel you. Like, I'm saying,
you gotta let them know when it's you. Yeah, not your boys.
I know my family be looking at me and be like it's funny. Like, I was talking to my little cousin the other day, and he was like, he raps, right? And I was like, I know they be like, man, why don't you get Drake on the song, nephew? And he'd be like, how the fuck am I getting Drake on the song? Like, do you understand any of this music shit? And I was like, he
songs like buying a house,
right? Like, he was just saying that in the joint. I was like, cause they look at me like I'm Tony Montana at times. It's like, I'm saying, like, I know it be times I be sitting there and my cousins be like, here come Rayful Evans just walking through the goddamn door, and it be like, it's just paper, guys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's funny because you really you are the safest version of everyone's fear in the product, which there really shouldn't have to be fear. There's a history, but the fear and the history are two separate things.
Totally.
Yeah, and we actually have more knowledge on the cause and effect, but if people don't accept that, that ain't got nothing
to do with me. I don't know what you want me to say, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really has. So it's the education though. So it's always, we always are in an education mode. But with that being said, sometimes people don't want to listen, and you can't do shit about that. So.
Yeah. DC. You take DC everywhere you go. The group included. The group included. You feel me?
Whoa.
What's the importance of people need to understand this is what DC is about?
I think because we have this. It's almost like a black hole of culture. I feel like DC culture can't thrive other places, but it's not necessary. I also don't feel like DC. I was just talking to somebody about this. It's like I don't feel like DC culture is meant for every place. Like it ain't meant for every place to have a DC in it. Like right, like we might have like a New York club or some shit like that, or some place where people from an area might hang out. But DC is a transient town, so that's why we have that first. Second, I mean, like people like go-go don't go any place else. But I'm like, go-go is a DC staple and a vibe, right? Like would somebody playing a go-go beat someplace else that don't have a call and response kind of crowd or like crews even work? No, it's not. Like, could I see a go-go in Arkansas? Not necessarily. Like, now, could I see go-go bands going there? Probably, because go-go is as transient as the city is. I feel like go-go is transient, right? Like, because it don't take. Listen, you can go on these pages right now on social media and see a motherfucking white dude dancing at a go-go or something, and he doing some real awkward ass white person dance that you would not think that they would be, but they having the time of their fucking life though, right? And it's all joy. And it's the joy, and that's the shit that go-go that brings to them, right? Like you go down to farms, go to a basketball game. It's the culture of like, you can go there. First of all, Slim, ain't no place else in this motherfucking world will the Secretary of Education go down to Berry Farms in the hood, and this is when Berry Farms was still the farms. They still was having houses open. They wasn't all the way shut down and shit. It was the farms. The Secretary of Education go down there and play basketball. Like, come on, bro. Like, where does this happen? Fucking DC. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can DC thrive outside of DC? Nah, I feel like it's damn near Wakanda. You know what I mean? Like, y'all come in and get some of this richness. Because we full of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you live in a neighborhood right now. We in a neighborhood that is filled with black excellence from top to bottom. Period. Yeah. You're down the street from one of the blackest institutions. You're 4 miles from one of DC's oldest black institutions that people shit on. And I rep UDC to the fullest.
Great quality coming out of there.
Stupendous. Your $100 bill, big face with the blue strip, 4200 Connecticut Avenue. Don't forget that. Like, you're welcome. Firebird excellence, right? Full of it. That's a part of all this shit though, dog. Like, if it ain't excellent, it ain't it.
And on top of that, the world has been exposed to DC even if it doesn't realize it. So like, for example, A-Marie, it's just one thing.
Dog, you know what's funny when people be like, I love go-go music. I got stuck on a plane recently, right? And the dude beside me was from Virginia, but he moved to Virginia. He was in the army or some shit like that. Dude, I think he's from like El Salvador, or El Salvadorian descent, I would say. Cause he been up with this motherfucker, cause he like, that's backyard. Like that's the way the conversation went though. So he's sitting beside me, and I had my headphones playing at a ridiculously loud volume, but it's playing. I got on SoundCloud this back like joint playing some old shit, like newer shit playing. And he like, man, I ain't heard no backyard in a minute. I'm like, the fuck? He look at me, and I'm like, look at me like, you from DC? I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm from DC. Like, like, you listen to back? He like, hey man, I'm from VA, but I listen to that shit. And I'm like, oh, alright. So then that eased the whole, you know what I'm saying? And then we end up, but it's that type of shit, you know, that from the area, just of carrying the area with it. Like, I always rep DC shit. I always got some DC shit on. I think I had my, like, I'm so DC tag. I got a license drink, like, I'm so DC, or some Garment District shit, and you look at that shit and it gives you Garment District, but it's 3 bars, and, you know what I'm saying? It's 3 stars and 2 bars, basically, with the word, so you still see the district shit in there, still the flag.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, tats, like I said, I'm DC tat, like, I rock this shit to the fullest, though. But it's those little things where people like, damn, DC? I just remember, like, somebody was like, I said, what Shawty say? I only knew DC for the butt, or like,
doing it in the butt?
Doing the butt, like, that was the go-go that I knew, or like, shit like that, but it's like, you know, that's people's interactions with DC, or like, I went to DC on a field trip, and we went to the monuments, and I was like, yeah, that's nothing. You know, wild shit when that January 6th shit happened last year, and like, people's like, oh my God, they like, I hope you be okay. We don't want anybody to fuck with you guys. And I'm like, Slim, that shit is so far away from me right now. Like, that shit is downtown. Not even downtown. It's like a 2-block, 3-block radius.
And they're staying away from us.
They not coming up this
they're staying away from us. Yeah. They were staying away from us.
Yeah, they're coming up town, bro. Like, that's dead. Like, that's dead. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but that's that DC shit, man. So.
All right, so where can the people find you?
We're on all platforms. I'm on OGQJ on literally everything except my Cash App. Fucking right, that's what Corey said. That's literally. He said, like, how did you mess that up? You branded on all your shit except your Cash App. But at the time, I was trying to make sure that my chapter brothers, since I had the little, you know what I'm saying, chapter trying to do shit. So I tried to make them understand. Like, I was like, that's me. So you see that shit. But OGQJ on everything. On the Xbox Live as well, if you want that work on 2K. So yeah, that's it. Even on Spotify, that's where all my playlists. Okay. I be having dope playlists.
What's one thing that you would like folks to take away from Bouqé and the work that you folks are doing in the community?
We gonna fight for y'all. We gonna fight for the community, for the right thing, regardless. Whenever we in the space, we always want to put the people first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's really, I think that's one of the biggest things that we really try to do. It's like, you know, we really put the people first, and we want to make sure that everybody has the greatest, like I said, I said it before, but really the greatest experience with the product and the people, regardless. Anytime you do anything with Bouqé, we always want it to be top notch, like, you know what I'm saying, like that experience. Wanted to have the dopest experience, and that's what it really is. Because once you connect those dope experience, that's what makes the dope shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've had great interactions every time. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never had no like, damn, we got period. You know what I'm saying? So that's,
I'm always like, yo, just pull up to the porch.
That makes it, you know what I'm saying, that people want to fuck with it then. Like, you know what I mean? Because you like, damn, I know I get something for it. Like, and then sometimes you be like, dog, my cup empty as shit, and then you know what I'm saying, you pour into that cup, or you know what I mean, and then somebody pours into that cup. So it's that, and that's what I think we really wanted. You know what I'm saying? We want folk to know that we here for y'all, and we gonna be here, and we gonna do what we supposed to do.
Okay. One other question for anyone looking to break into the cannabis community in the style in which you guys did it. What would your advice be for that person?
Jump the fuck out there, man. Like, there is no reason for you. Listen, if Donald Trump can be the fucking president, you can start a business and get into something. Now, it's how diligent you really are.
Tell me more.
we feel like no one can beat us in anything that we really try, right? Like if that's us sitting down doing the, Neo skimming the book and then be like, all right, we got this shit, and that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have used the Meteor Man reference, but I know sometimes people ain't old enough to get it, and I don't know folks' Netflix account. That's me. Robert Townsend did the same shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was actually a lot cooler.
Yeah.
And blacker, but that's not it. Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, I think that's really it. Just jumping out there, man, and being diligent about your shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not being focused on how you're going to do it, but doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause the shit gonna come. Cause and nothing is built in a day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this 2022, right? I write this shit every day and I'm still not used to saying it yet. It's 2022. Like, so it's no excuse to not try this shit, bro. Roll these fucking dice, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, global warming, we was joking earlier, like, global warming is serious, y'all. Like, we do not know how long these ice caps is going to be here or anything else. Like, why not? Why the fuck not?
Yeah, do what you got.
Like, why? And that's what I think, another thing was with us is just like, why not us then? Like, why not us? Like, shit. We have everything that it takes. Yeah. So why not do it? Why not be successful? Why not us? Why not be the ones? You know what I mean? So that's what we are. We try to be the ones.
Okay. And before wrapping this up, it's interesting that cannabis isn't just the flower. It's what goes around the flower, what holds the flower, how it's presented, and what is done with it. Now, in this conversation, I purposely didn't make anything about this conversation medical, because after talking to Lex, she was like, yo, it's medicine. It's meant to be medicine. It's supposed to be a part of our experience. So this fight for it going from illegal to legal, right now a lot of us are on decriminalized versus it being legal. What are your feelings on what we as a community can do for this fight?
I think we have to take these stupid ass stigmas out of the picture, and and it's like I had to check one of my chapter brothers not too long ago, because he was like, man, he wrote on, so something happened, and he wrote on Instagram like, yeah, you gotta smoke a lot of weed to do some dumb shit like that. And I was like, I wrote back on the reply like, yeah, that's dumb right there, because like, why would you associate weed with doing something dumb? You think people that use weed are dumb? And he was like, before you even go down this goddamn joint, I didn't realize. I was like, but that's a stigma, dog. Like, that's one of the things that people believe, that folks that use cannabis are dumb, or you know what I'm saying, the shit like that. So you know what I mean? It's like, bro, like you and like, think of where that came from. Like, you know, when you really learn about it, you're like, yo, the perils and plight of cannabis came solely from racism. And when you really get down to the nitty gritty of it, you're sitting there and being like, oh, you think I'm one of these racist Negroes or one of these racist Spaniards that, you know what I'm saying, that this whole Mexican marijuana thing, you're like, nah, bro, like, don't keep that shit going, because some of the brightest motherfuckers I know smoke. Some of the wealthiest motherfuckers I know smoke. Some of the hardest working people that I know smoke. So it's, you know what I mean? So it's like, dog, people are crushing those stigmas in everyone that I know that you know what I'm saying, in those industries. So it's like, come on, bro, like, let's cut that stupid shit out. And it's us a lot of times that
our own people
that maintain it. Like, you know,
because it's easy for us to be the thing that we fear so bad.
And that's dumb. I ain't nobody to fear. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Unless you get upset, and then, like, y'all seen the Instagram video, so y'all know how I go. Like,
a little slimy. Y'all know what this is.
You know what this is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't nobody to fear because as long as you don't fuck with me, we're
good.
good.
Yeah.
Like, we're good. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? Like, but we gotta cut that dumb shit out, though. We gotta stop being so scared of stuff. Like, it's the fear, too, of, like, people like, oh, my God, I don't believe y'all doing something around cannabis. And it's like, well, I don't, these is papers. So
these are papers.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, golly, man. It's that wild shit, though. It's like the fear sometimes. It's just the most annoying shit. It's like people just like, I don't want to talk to you because like, okay, like, your boss, he's Bouqé, like, it's a connecting tool, but it's okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all the time.
All right, well, this has been another episode of If You Build It. Here, my boy Maal. Appreciate you. Thank you for pulling up.
Appreciate you, brother.
I'm going to see you guys later. Peace.